Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Canon, U.S.A photographer, RandallMRueff. And today I'm going to show you some pictures that I took on Thanksgiving, and to prove to you that the Phoenix 28 to 300 millimeter lens, which is probably one of the cheapest 20 to 300 millimeter lenses out there, which has a 77 millimeter UV zero filter on it for protection, and has a range of 4.0 to 6.3. And the idea being is that you can get good pictures with a 20 to 300, whether it be the Phoenix or whatever. A lot of people prefer the 7200 because it's got a 2.8. Maybe other people prefer other lenses that are 1.2 or 1.4, 1.8. But I'm going to show you some pictures that I took with this camera, the Durable XT, and the 30 to 300. So let's begin. Okay, so I took these up in Indianapolis, Thanksgiving 2015, a couple days ago, and I got this picture with, again, 20 to 300. Now, here's what a lot of people say they don't like, or they want, and that is the background. Well, look at the background and tell me how blurred out it is. Could it be more blurred out? Yeah, sure, of course. Is it blurred out? Yeah. So it's all a matter of what you're willing to pay for. For $350, less than $400, this is typical. This is about average. If you're taking this kind of shot where you have, for example, this is Greg Coors playing some football, and he's trying to hold people back and get ready to throw it, and he's pretty sharp. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way he looks as far as the sharpness and crispness of his face, the football, his hands, the part of the Notre Dame shirt you can see. So overall, I'm very happy with this picture. I mean, his face is pretty good in focus, and the background's blurred. Okay. Now, obviously, you could, if you spend a lot more money on a better lens, whether it be the Canon 20 to 300 or something that shot at 2.8, something, again, my lens only goes from 4.6 to 6.3, so something that would shoot less than 4.0 you could blur out the background more. But overall, the background looks pretty blurred out, and I mean, a lot of professionals would say it's anywhere close to being close to blurred out enough, but for the average person, that's plenty blurred out, and I'm happy with it. Do I wish it was blown out more? Yeah, sure, why not? But overall, I'm very happy with this picture. No complaints. Okay, so okay. Here's another typical photo that you could take. These are my relatives. That's Matt Coors, and that is on the left, and that is Lily Pacheco on the right, and he's helping teach her how to stand to play some golf. He played golf in high school, and he's teaching her how to stand and swing, and he shows all of us some stuff because I'd never really played any golf before, and it was kind of interesting to watch him play and see him do some stuff. Now, let me tell you what I really like. I really like how crisp and sharp Lily pops, and how Matt pops. I mean, they're both sharp, in focus, very good. Now, the background obviously isn't blurred out that much. Oh, I just sneeze. Excuse me. It's not blurred out that much, I'll admit. And if I had a better lens, yeah, it would be blurred out more. But again, a lot of people aren't really tripping over that, because what I really like, or what I'm really more concerned about, is the fact that Matt and Lily and the golf ball and the golf club are in focus. They're sharp focus. It looks good. You can tell what they're doing. It's telling a story. Do I wish the background was blurred out more? Yeah, sure, of course not. But overall, again, 2300, very impressed. I really like the way it turned out. Okay, this is Reed Coors, Matt's and Heather's son, youngest son, and Heather is holding him, and he's sitting there playing with some kind of corn. It's not the kind you eat, obviously. It's one of those decorative. I mean, it's a real plant, but it's not the kind you would eat or cook. And she's holding him, and she's sitting in a chair holding him, and he's very fascinated with we call it Indian corn. I don't know what you actually call it. We always call it Indian corn. I'm sure it has another official name, but anyway, now this picture, if you look on the right side here, there's a brick wall behind him. It's part of the house. That's blurred out for the most part. You can still tell what it is, but it's blurred out. His face is very sharp. It looks good. The corn is sharp. This little red thing is sharp. The cap, you can really, looks good. The lines don't blur together. So I'm very impressed with this picture. Again, 2300, I love it. It's a good lens. Would it be better if it was a Canon lens? Yeah, sure. Would it be better if it had could blur out the background more? Yeah, sure. But I'm very happy with this lens. And I would love to get a hold of the Canon 2300, because I know the glass would be even better yet. I'll tell you why that's important in a few pictures here. Okay. Notice how the two up front are in focus, and Noah back here is slightly out of focus. There's a golf ball out of focus, a garden hose, the fence in the background's out of focus. The cornfield that's down is out of focus. There's a tree out of focus in the background. But again, Noah over here on the left side is just far enough behind him that he's starting to get out of focus. And the main subject are the two right here. Okay, he's holding the bat. One kid holding a younger kid, and he's got a baseball bat, and they're both of these boys right here are in focus. This is Evan Adams, and this is Reed Coors, and this is Noah Pacheco. And I just think the picture looks good because his shirt, you can read the letters, they're real sharp. The baseball bat's sharp. Reed's face and hair is real sharp. So is Evan's hair and face. And it's got a really sharp focus, which is good most of the time. Especially when you take pictures like this. So, again, very impressed with the 28-300. If you say you can't get sharp pictures with the 2300, you're very wrong. Moving on. Jeff, Hookey, mom's cousin. This is a pretty good picture. Overall, he's sharp focus. His shirt's sharp focus. His little cell phone here is sharp focus. And yet the brick wall is starting to be a little bit out of focus. As is, I think this was a flower pot or some kind of cement stand. I don't remember, to be honest. But the point is, it's out of focus. Is it really out of focus? No. Again, this is another instance where if I had a 2.8 or 2.5 or 2.1, yes, the background would be more blurred out. And this is a case where I believe it would look better if it was blurred out more, definitely. So, I mean, the background is just enough out of focus to say it's out of focus. And, like I said, a lens with a better aperture would make this photo look better. Jeff would still be the same amount of focus, but the background would be blurred. And that's where these prime lenses, or lenses with a better aperture would make a difference. Jeff here would be the same. It's just that the background would be blurred, making it a more professional picture. Okay, here's Tony Pacheco playing some golf or practicing with some golf balls, hitting them in the cornfield. Now, this is the kind of photo I get a lot of, and that is his face is mostly in focus, but it's a little soft. His arms are mostly in focus, but it's a little bit soft. So are his pant legs. They're mostly in shoes. They're mostly in focus, but they're a little soft, especially if it's look at his face. It's not quite. Now I can add a little bit of. If I go to my tool section here, I can sharpen it a little bit, and it will improve that because it doesn't have to be done that much. I can sharpen it one time, and it would improve it. But I get this kind of picture a lot as far as it's close to being real sharp, tack on, but it's not quite. It's just a little bit. And then when you look through the viewfinder, because you're seeing what you see, it looks perfect, or close to perfect. But it's not a bad picture, and overall it's pretty sharp. But it's just not perfect. I had to focus it or sharpen it in preview here a little bit to get it as sharp as it is, because it was even more less sharp. So that's one of the benefits of software. You can come in and sharpen it up or smooth it out and do a whole bunch of neat stuff. And but overall it's a good picture. But it's just I had to sharpen it up, and it could probably be sharpened up a little bit more and get just a little bit more in focus. Now, here's why a lot of people don't like this 2300. You'll notice in the background the trees and this fence are not blurred out at all. In fact, they're almost in focus. In some ways, they pretty much are in focus. You got a tree over here with greenery, a couple over here without, cornfield, all this stuff pretty much is in focus, which a lot of professionals don't like. I'm not too tripping over it because overall Tony, for the most part, is in focus, and when he's not in focus, like I said, I can sharpen it up. So this right here in the back doesn't bother me. It would bother some people. But because the composition is because there's only one person in the picture, it's not a bad deal. But again, 2300, not bad. Okay, here's Grace. Thanksgiving Day with some kind of football-like. Looks more like a watermelon than a football, but it's actually a football. Brand I've not heard of. I think it's European. It may be a European football. European football would be a soccer ball. I'm not sure. I've just never heard of this brand before, or that color scheme of a football. So, but it's definitely football shaped. So, I like this picture. This turned out really good. You can see she's smiling. You can see her braces. Her face and her eyes are sharp, for the most part, pretty sharp. You can see her hair is sharp. You can see the contours of her dress, the top of her dress, bottom of her dress. Her arms are okay. The fence, maybe not. A lot of professionals would like to have that fence blurred out more. Yeah, I can see where they're saying that. The stuff beside her hair, whatever this overgrowth is, bushes above her head, beside her head, on both sides, is slightly, it's not sharp by any means, but it's out of focus. The cornfield is definitely out of focus. But this stuff over here is starting to get out of focus. You get closer, the fence is not very much, it's slightly out of focus. So the farther back in the actual image you go, the more it's out of focus. While Grace is in focus. Like I said, all of her, you can see her face real good. You can see her dress, her arms, the football, especially the football. That football's tack sharp. I really like the way it shows up there. So again, 28 to 300. If you, one of the reasons I like this 28 to 300 is because you can get, you don't have to carry as many lenses, or you can get away with only carrying one lens a lot of times. So instead of going from a 28 to a 70 and a 7210 and a 150 to 300, I mean, you can carry one lens, save some money, and still get some really good shots. As you can see in these pictures, I mean, overall, I mean, some really good pictures here. And I'm just using 2300. I don't think I use flash on any of these. It doesn't look like it. I might use flash on which one? On this one, you can kind of see on the reflection of his head. But I think that's the only one. No, there's no other glasses. But there you go. Yeah, you can use a Phoenix 2300 millimeter 4.0 or 6.3 and get some really good results. This is just a small sample of what I took on Thanksgiving Day 2015, but I wanted to show you what you can do with the 2300. Is it as good as the Canon 2300? No. So if I had the Canon 2300, the images would probably be a lot better because the Canon glass is better, it's built better, and but overall, for the price I paid and the camera I have, I am not complaining. I'm very happy with the results overall. And I think if you were to have the same setup that I have, while it's not super high-end professional, overall it's very, very good. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless you. And as always, keep taking those pictures. Bye.